Coming up, I'm going to be talking about Pixar staff members who are upset that their movies are heading to Disney Plus, and Disney are trying to buy BT Sports. But before we get into any of that, make sure you do hit that subscribe button to keep up with the latest Disney Plus news. Hi everyone, it's Roger here from What's on DisneyPlus.com. It's Thursday, it's time to jump into some of today's Disney Plus news. We've got some big ones today. First off, while it might be good for us that Luca's going to be heading to Disney Plus on June the 18th, some of the cast members over at Pixar aren't really too happy with this move, because ultimately this is the third movie that has suffered from being shifted to Disney Plus. We saw it with Onward last year, where it got released in cinemas, and then because the cinemas all shut down, they ended up booting it over to Disney Plus within weeks. We've not really seen anything like it. Though that one there was maybe, a bit of special asterisks next to that one, so that was special circumstances. Then with Soul, they ended up pushing it back a little bit, and then they ended up pushing it onto Disney Plus for Christmas Day, and it was a massive, massive success. Brought in millions of viewers. It was the #1 movie on the Nelson chart. It also has won a number of awards, including the Oscars this past week. So it was a big success, but ultimately people are still looking at the box office as a measure of success. And with Luca now being pushed over onto Disney Plus in June, people are questioning, the thought of this, and does Disney kind of view Pixar in a different light to other studios? Because why wasn't Luca released on Disney Plus Premier Access and sent to cinemas like Raya and the Last Dragon, Cruella, and Black Widow? A number of cast members spoke to Insider, with one of them saying, Luca doesn't even have a premium price next to it. Doesn't make any lesser, it's hard to grasp. Another cast member said, we don't want to watch the title just on Disney Plus. These movies are crafted for the big screen. We want you to watch these movies with no distractions, no looking at your phones. A veteran animator at the studio added, everyone is worried about keeping their jobs if our films aren't seen by Disney as financially successful. You can see from Pixar's point of view, they spent years making these movies, and they kind of want them to go to cinemas to kind of have that big screen experience and to be seen as financially viable, and just to kind of have the respect and stuff that the box office brings. But of course, everything is shifting, everything's moving around with streaming, and Disney are looking at these movies and going, oh, they're more valuable as a Disney Plus release, whereas we may be thinking, oh, they should have released it as a dual release or whatever. Now, I do think I completely understand their point of view. However, for us as Disney Plus subscribers, it's good for us, and ultimately it gives Disney Plus big hits like Luca and also Soul. So I can really kind of see how things are all shifting around. I'm going to be honest, there's that kind of weird feeling of going, well, why was Luca the only movie out of all of the summer ones that isn't getting a Premier Access around this time? Nothing else has been shifted over to Disney Plus this year. Why Luca? Now, I think Luca looks fantastic. I'm really excited about this movie. It looks stunning. I'm loving the whole idea of these sea monsters, and I just think it looks pretty cool. Will it have done well at the box office? I think it's done a lot better. We've got the vaccination program and things like that, but ultimately it's going to be down to the choice of whether or not you head to the cinema. But let me know in the comments below if you agree with Pixar, or do you rather have movies on Disney Plus. Moving on from there with a couple of other short stories, we've also had 2 new posters released for the upcoming animated series Star Wars: The Bad Batch. We've seen Hunter and Echo. I suspect over the weekend we'll be seeing new posters for all of them. I think this one looks really cool. Really excited about seeing this series when the first episode arrives on Tuesday on May the 4th. Disney have also released a new trailer for the Star Original Rebel, which is created by ABC. So you'll find it on ABC in the US with Hulu, where it will be arriving on Disney Plus on May the 28th in the UK, Ireland, Australia and New Zealand. I'm really excited about this new series. It's nice to have new content, and especially kind of more mature stuff. There's going to be 10 episodes, so that will be running then right through to the end of July. And finally, let's talk about some more UK news, because according to the Daily Telegraph and the Financial Times, Disney are one of the big companies looking to purchase BT Sports. Now, that is a major network over here that has a load of football rights, and actually at one point was ESPN, and then they sold it to BT back in 2013. And ESPN and Disney have a kind of deal where a load of ESPN content goes to BT Sports. So there's already kind of a connection already. It's not just Disney involved. Amazon are also in the running to this, and there are some other companies as well trying to get hold of this. BT did put out a statement. Further to media reports, BT can confirm that early discussions are being held with a number of select strategic partners to explore ways to generate investment, strengthen our sports business, and help take it to the next stage in its growth. The discussions are confidential and may or may not lead to an outcome. It's not yet clear how this is all going to work out, whether or not they'll just be buying all of it or they'll be selling the whole lot. Apparently BT shareholders are not too happy with the kind of results of BT Sports. I did actually work for BT for a number of years, so I can see why that might not necessarily fit in, especially with this whole idea of trying to get people from Sky. People like their sports and television away from their telephone providers, and you don't necessarily want to get them all mixed up, and I don't know if BT Sports was the right way to go. I think for Disney this makes a massive amount of sense because they're kind of expanding their digital distribution around the world. They've already got ESPN in the US, and then they're kind of trying to launch Star Plus later this year, and they've also got other networks and stuff all over the place, and it's been a bit all over the place with the Fox Sports purchase as well. But this is definitely going to be interesting to see if they can do it, because if Disney is successful in buying BT Sports, then we could maybe see a potential rebranding of it completely to ESPN, and then maybe even a full-on bundle that they do in the US, where we've got like Disney Plus and ESPN Plus kind of all interconnected through one billing system, if you want to do that. And they're going to be doing something similar with Disney and also Star Plus down in Latin America, because that will be holding all of the content there. But would you like to have ESPN fully operational over here with football and also all the US sports? I'd love to hear your thoughts on all of this. Thank you very much for watching this video. Make sure you go check us out over at whatsondisneyplus.com. Like, follow and subscribe. Also a huge thank you to all of our supporters over on Patreon and also on our YouTube channel memberships. And I shall see you guys in another video. Laters.